Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, May 6, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Great Britain now the epicenter of Europe's pandemic. Fast food chain Wendy's short on beef. Consumer debt hits a new record. California reopens some beaches after weekend protests. Disney profits down 91%. Also ahead, Abe Lincoln, Donald Trump, and the press. But first, the United Kingdom surpassing Italy's death toll, becoming the new epicenter of the virus outbreak in Europe. More than 30,000 have died in Britain since early March. Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the only world leader hospitalized with the disease, saying the country will gradually reopen for business later this month. Wendy's restaurants removing burgers from the menu in some places as the chain runs out of beef. Executives confirming the reduced shipping schedule, with some stores selling out of popular items earlier than expected. There are more than 6,700 Wendy's restaurants across North America, and its slogan used to be, "Where's the beef?" Consumer debt hitting a new record, more than $14 trillion. The previous high was $12 trillion during the 2008 financial crisis. American households now owe thousands in credit card payments, mortgages, student loans, car bills, on and on. More than 30 million jobs have already disappeared in the USA in the past 6 weeks. That's an incredible number that could rise to 40 million. California Governor Newsom caving into pressure. He will allow at least 2 beaches in Orange County, south of LA, to reopen as temperatures out there approach 90 degrees. People can now legally hit the sand in Laguna despite the statewide shutdown. Newsom saying he plans to open other segments of the economy by June, and he had better, as thousands of protesters are angry in California. Disney taking a massive hit due to the virus. Profits at the House of Mouse down 91% since the first of the year. Company enduring big losses from its film studios, merchandise, cruise lines, and theme parks. Disney plans on reopening the rides and hotels in Florida and California this month, but at 50% capacity. In a moment, Abe Lincoln, Donald Trump, and the press. Our world has obviously changed when you venture outside. Face masks are everywhere, and the kind of mask that you use matters. We all want a mask that gives great protection, like medical professionals get with their N95 masks. The Boomer Naturals 30-day face mask provides 92.2% antibacterial protection. It's comfortable, easy to breathe in, and to speak with. And the masks come in both adult and children sizes. Not only is the Boomer Naturals mask highly rated, but it is affordable. Less than 30 cents a day. These Boomer Natural masks can be used up to 30 days by hand washing them with soap and water. I recommend you order yours right now at boomernaturals.com. Use code BILL20 at checkout, save 20% every time you shop, plus get free shipping on orders over $50. That's code BILL20 at boomernaturals.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Who did the press hate more, Donald Trump or Abraham Lincoln? On Sunday at a town hall held inside the Lincoln Memorial in D.C., President Trump pointed to a statue of old Abe and said that even though he was viciously attacked by the press of his day, the media now is worse on him, Donald Trump. Is that true? As you may know, I wrote a book called Killing Lincoln, and years later, I also wrote a book called The United States of Trump. In each, I discuss how the press treated both presidents. In December, I had dinner with President Trump, and we discussed the question face to face. Here's my verdict. Here's what I told him. President Lincoln was more vilified, but President Trump gets more hatred because of the electronic media and the internet. Abraham Lincoln was targeted by newspapers. That was the only press vehicle back in the 1860s. Many papers supported the South, and many editors did not want to fight the Civil War. After Donald Trump said that on Sunday, CNN, a Trump-hating operation, brought in a historian named Doris Kearns Goodwin to discuss Mr. Trump's statement that he is more loath than Abraham Lincoln was. Now, Ms. Goodwin has written a book, a bestseller, on President Lincoln. And she said, as CNN wanted her to say, that no, Abraham Lincoln, he didn't really despise the press like Donald Trump does, and he kind of just let it all go by. Well, that's not true. I don't know whether Ms. Goodwin is taking it out of context. I don't know her, but as a historian, I'm sitting there going, that's not even close. Abraham Lincoln shut down a number of newspapers and actually put a few editors in prison for writing things he didn't like. Lincoln, facing the toughest situation this country has ever faced, much worse than the pandemic, did not want the press opposing the Civil War. And when editors told their readers not to sign up for the Union Army, as some of them in New York City did, Lincoln took action against the press, violating the Constitution, by the way. Abraham Lincoln knew that the press was his enemy by and large, and President Trump knows that today. What is different is that in the Civil War days, the newspaper editors were basically pandering to a certain segment, but the industry was not nearly as colossal as it is today, the media industry. The hate Trump movement makes millions and millions of dollars for these corporations, and that drives a lot of it. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by actually writing it. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com for honest pandemic coverage. In a moment, something you might not know. Two guys, Kyle and Josh, were both losing their hair, which was no surprise to either, since they knew male pattern baldness ran in their families. The way they dealt with their hair loss, however, couldn't have been more different. Kyle put it off, losing more and more hair. Josh went right to Keeps.com to learn how to keep his hair. Keeps offers generic versions of the only two FDA-approved hair loss products out there. The genetic versions saved Josh a lot of money, and the consultation was simple. He answered a few questions online and snapped a few pictures of his hair. A doctor then evaluated everything and recommended the right FDA-approved hair loss treatment for Josh. It was shipped discreetly to his door. Keeps lets you save your hair without ever leaving your home. Please go to Keeps, KEEPS.com/Bill to get your first order of Keeps hair loss treatment 50% off. Half off. That's Keeps.com/Bill, Keeps.com/Bill. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. The national shutdown has reached a turning point. Nearly 24 states easing restrictions after months of isolation. But a handful of governors are vowing to extend the lockdown. Predictably, folks not earning a paycheck aren't happy that politicians are still getting paid while they are sitting at home. So, people across the country are taking to the streets, saying it's time to get back to business. Some residents in California rebelling against Governor Newsom after he deployed police to shut down the beaches during a 90-degree heat wave out there. Here in New York, angry citizens on Long Island shut down traffic on major roadways. One barber even offered free haircuts on the back of a parked truck outside his shop. The cops quickly shut that down. In Michigan, hundreds of protesters, ignoring Governor Whitmer's state of emergency order, some carrying guns and storming the State House. Lawmakers, at least a few of them, wore bulletproof vests during those demonstrations. And I have to say, guns are not needed during protests and actually hurt the cause. Folks in Florida calling the stay-at-home orders tyranny. Virginia demonstrators shutting down the Capitol in Richmond. Arizona, 2 sheriffs saying they will not enforce any lockdown measures anymore. Then there's privacy. Florida police departments are considering the use of drones that can take your temperature from 300 feet in the air. Other agencies around the country proposing digital surveillance. And here's something else you might not know. The backlash against the shutdown has sparked a resurgence of the familiar motto, "Don't tread on me." In the Revolutionary War, that slogan was seen on flags. During the fight for America's independence, about 45% of the colonials actually supported the revolution against Britain. The others sat it out. The biggest complaint from the colonials? British government oppression and high taxes. According to recent polling now, 32% of us say it's time for America to reopen the economy. That number, however, rising by the hour. Back after this. A former White House economist says there's a 100% chance of a recession and predicts 1 million jobs will be lost in April. So many Americans are moving to physical gold and silver as a recession-proof safe haven for their retirement. American Hartford Gold Group is a trusted leader in gold and silver, and they make it simple and easy to get started. They're family-owned and have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Very important. Until you hold a precious metal in your hand, you'll never fully know the experience of being in control of your own retirement. If you are listening to me right now, the American Hartford Gold Group is offering new clients up to $500 in free silver. All you have to do is give them a call, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text SILVER to 65532. Please call the American Hartford Gold Group now, 877-444-4653, or text SILVER to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.